Thank you, the honorable members of the committee and the permanent witnesses. I'm Mwanza John Eke, Council Secretary for LUNDAZI. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and honorable members, the permanent witnesses. My name is Fula Mwanza, former Council Secretary. I'm now in Mungwi. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair. My name is Chibesa Future, Director Planning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, and the rest of the members. My name is Kawafe Mseteka, Council Advocate, LUNDAZI Town Council.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Andrew Zulu, Director Engineering.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and the honorable members and also the permanent witnesses. My name is Rachel Banda, Director Human Resource and Administration.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica Chimba. I'm Director Finance.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, members of the committee. My name is Martha Nyendwa, Senior Procurement Officer, LUNDAZI Town Council. Thank you.
Behind there.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gloyd Banda, Internal Auditor, LUNDAZI Town Council.
First name?
Gloyd Banda.
Glory?
Gloyd.
Oh, Lloyd, okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Carota Terence. I'm the District Veterinary Officer for LUNDAZI Town Council.
Thank you. We are done. We can have the permanent witnesses.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of this committee. Good afternoon, LUNDAZI Town Council. My name is Sia Brenda Mdenda from Minister of Finance, Accountant General's Office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of Parliament. LUNDAZI Town Council, you're welcome. My name is Aubrey Kasono Chindefu from Controller of Internal Audit. Thank you.
Next.
Chairperson, it's afternoon. Good afternoon to you and the honorable members of your committee. LUNDAZI Town Council, you are most welcome to the session. I'm Kazinga Kennedy, permanent witness from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. AG's office.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Collins Samuel, Assistant Director, Chipata Audit Office. I'm accompanied by two of my colleagues.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, LUNDAZI Town Council and the team. My name is Jonas Msonda, Principal Auditor, Eastern Province.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simon Munyama from the Planning and Research Department, Office of the Auditor General.
Thank you. Can you, Secretariat?
Thank you, Chair. Is it morning? Good afternoon. My name is Beverly Nzala from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chao Mnyima from the Clerk of the National Assembly. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, our permanent witness. And good afternoon, LUNDAZI. You're welcome. Siwale Andrew is my name from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a member for Dundumwezi?
Chair, thank you. Good afternoon, LUNDAZI Town Council. I'm Honorable Dr. Singombe, representing the people of Dundumwezi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mangango.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good afternoon to you. LUNDAZI, welcome. I'm Mwene Luhamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitete.
Grateful, Chair. LUNDAZI, you're welcome. I'm Mutelo Mishek, your servant from Mitete. Humble servant. And let's take it easy. Let's be calm. Chair, thank you very much.
Thank you, honorable member who is joining us virtually. This is Honorable Member for Kalulushi. Honorable Kampamba, are you there? Honorable Member for Siavonga. We have our colleagues who are connected virtually. So, CS, my name is Mishek Mtetwa Nyambose, your neighbor. Represent the wonderful and good people from Box 1 Kanere, Chasefu constituency, and I'm privileged to chair your committee, CS. Before we go into our detail, would like to request that if you have any additional information, CS, that you forgot to add to this report that we got earlier, you are free to do so. Give us any addendum that you have. If you don't have CS, you can take us through your report.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, with your permission, first, Chair, I wanted to request for a correction on the report.
No problem.
Page 2, Chair.
Okay.
Page 2, Chair, on the cause of query, line number 3, where we are saying...
On top, there are two causes of query or cause of query.
Yes, Chair, where we have management response, then cause of query. Then we have line number 1 starting with management, line number 2 is starting with by, the line number 3 is starting with where.
Mm-hmm.
So the second, instead of being, should be being centrally procured.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, on addendum, yes, Chair. What I have is under Appendix 2.2.
You can pass it over to our secretariat so that we can also appreciate.
Yes, Madam, the one who's keeping the completion certificate. Yes. Chair, under 2.2 unspent funds.
2.2, page.
Chair, I'm coming, page 79. Page 79. Chair, page 79, I ended up giving a status report, but I'm adding the completion certificates. Those are the ones, Chair, I have brought.
Okay.
I thank you.
Thank you for that. And before you now take us through the report, we have just been joined by our honorable member for the good people of Kaumbwe constituency in Petauke district, Honorable Dr. Mwanza. You can introduce yourself, Doctor. CS, your mic should be on.
Thank you, Chair, and the Lundazi Town Council. Welcome to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency, Petauke district of Eastern Province. Thank you.
CS, you can proceed now.
Thank you, Chair. With Lundazi, Chair, we have only cross-cutting issues. And Chair, Appendix 1 is budget and funding. Management response and cause of query. Chair, the variance of 5,538,365 was not disbursed in the 2024 financial year. Action taken. Management has since made requests and follow-ups to the Ministry for the disbursement of the remaining 5.5 million. Chair, the Ministry under Circular MLGRD/101/22/1 57 has since guided that the undisbursed 2024 funds shall be disbursed to local authorities in 2 installments. Chair, Appendix 1 highlights the request we have made and also the ministerial circular of the guidance. Remedial measure: management will ensure that the Constituency Development Fund are utilized within the financial year and that records are timely updated whenever funds are retained at source. Appendix 1.1, retained funds. Chair, I'm on page 2. Cause of query: management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to indicate that retention of 3.9,025,000 by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development was meant for CDF projects that were being currently centrally procured. This included 2.7 million for the procurement of an ambulance, 1 million as contribution towards the construction of Chief Kapchira's Palace, and 225,000 for the procurement of 3 motorbikes for the chief's retainers in Lundazi district. Action taken, Chair. The district ambulance and the chief retainers motorbikes were procured and delivered to the district by the ministry and are currently in use. The construction of Chief Kapchira's Palace is yet to commence. Chair, Appendix 2, we have provided the ministerial circular status report for the ambulances and the motorbikes and other correspondences. Remedial measure: management will continue to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to expedite implementation of centrally procured projects. Chair, Appendix 2.1, total unspent funds under community projects. Cause of query: management acknowledges the audit findings that a total amount of 4 million
to Parliament Television. Sincere apologies for that, interruption in our transmission. However, we get back to the Committee on Local Government Accounts as they're interacting with LUNDAZI Town Council. LUNDAZI Town Council is being led by the Council Secretary, Mr. Joe Mwanza, and right now he's making submissions before the committee. Good afternoon.
Magoye constituency is situated in Mazabuka district of Southern Province. Mazabuka district consists of two constituencies, namely Mazabuka Central and Magoye. Magoye constituency further shares boundaries with Mazabuka Central, Chikankata, Momba and Wengwa constituency respectively. The constituency is located about 160 kilometers from the capital city, Lusaka. Magoye parliamentary constituency consists of 11 wards, which are in rural areas and are all receiving equal share in terms of development. This has been achieved through the implementation of the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Magoye constituency is further divided into two chiefdoms, namely Chief Hanjalika on the eastern part and Chief Mwana Chingwala on the western part of Magoye. Magoye constituency has witnessed a spike in infrastructure development across the 11 wards owing to the increased Constituency Development Fund CDF, indicating 18 projects from the 2022 CDF funding, 12 from 2023 funding, and 11 from 2024 CDF funding. In Bayamusuma ward is the 1x3 classroom block at Mbaya Secondary School, funded under the 2023 CDF allocation, which costed 935,338 kwacha. Speaking during the review work of ongoing Constituency Development Fund CDF projects in Magoye constituency, Magoye Member of Parliament Mr. Malambo Mwemba talked about the challenges Mbaya Secondary School has had before the construction of the 1x3 classroom block funded under the 2023 CDF allocation.
This is a day secondary school, and looking at the classroom space that we had some time back, we had to realize to say that we have to put up another infrastructure, and hence we had to build this facility to ensure that our children are able to be accommodated and learn from this beautiful facility. This facility is being constructed under CDF for 2023. However, if you can see the whole school, it is housing the primary school and the secondary school. Now, the challenge they have had before is classroom space and also lack of electricity in the buildings. But however, the CDF, the coming of CDF, is doing everything possible to ensure that they mitigate on this challenge that they have. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, for the facilitation of the CDF, which we are utilizing to help the community develop. And I want to also extend an appreciation to the community who came to this project to ensure that we do this project. Otherwise, the community, on behalf of the community that I represent as their Member of Parliament, I want to really appreciate the indulgence of the government through the CDF and the CDF committee.
Mr. Onad Jatila, the ward councillor from Bayamusuma, said CDF has positively changed the face of Magoye in his ward.
We really appreciate the work that has been done under CDF. We really appreciate the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for bringing up such initiatives projects which has been done, increasing CDF fund for such projects to take place. Under this project, we have also done a mechanized borehole just behind. We have water now running through at this school. So most of the challenges which we had at this school, in fact, even last year we received about 67 desks for the school. We are still waiting for more desks again for the same 1x3 classroom blocks, which are already completed. Any day from now, they will be delivered here. Come next term, I'm sure pupils at this school will be running at a very good environment. Everything has done. Even power, electricity has been.
Good afternoon once again. Apologies for that breaking transmission. However, we continue to broadcast to you live the committee sitting involving the Committee on Local Government Committee on Local Government Accounts, and the committee is considering the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2024, and the committee is interacting with LUNDAZI Town Council, which is being led by the Council Secretary, that's Mr. Joe Mwanza. We now cross over live to the Committee on Local Government Accounts.
Appendix 8, Bursaries Performance Analysis, Management Response and Cause of Query. Management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to report that the reconciled figures are presented in the table below. Chair, the table is on page 9. And management response, management acknowledges audit findings and wishes to report that the reconciled figures are as also presented in the table below. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the audit findings that it could not sponsor all 192 skills development applications due to limited available resources. The increased number of bursary applications received is attributed to the increased awareness among community members on the available opportunity and provision of the CDF bursary sponsorship. Management further acknowledges that 47 students and 11 pupils graduated from the total of 228 students and 305 pupils sponsored under 2024 CDF. In addition, majority of the sponsored pupils and skills development students did not graduate at the end of the 2024 as their study duration were beyond 2024. Action taken. Management wish to report that a cumulative total and combined figure of 249 pupils and students have since graduated as at 31st December 2025. Details, Chair, as presented in the table below. And Chair, Appendix 7 provides a status report of bursary-sponsored pupils and students on page 184 to 198. Remedial measure. Management will continue to monitor all bursary-sponsored pupils and students for proper tracking of their progress and timely intervention where there is need, especially those that drop out due to one reason or another. Chair, I submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, CS, for that wonderful submission. Honorable members, I'll start with Honorable Member from Itete, then I'll go to Kaumbwe. Your microphone says.
grateful, Chairperson, and yes, we are totally grateful even for the additional information. That is as to how it should be. Sometimes it helps us to resolve some of the issues. Page 3, on the unspent fund and committed. Is that table, the one you said, as the table below, coming from you? That would be my first question. Where you have the 11...
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
Coming from Lundazi. Now, Chair, some of the figures on that table against the ledger and the completion certificates, totally at variance. The good part is that even the internal audit had a side of this.
Let's interrogate them.
Number 1.
Installation of culverts. In Matembe.
How much are you seeing in that table?
Chair, number 1, I'm seeing 78,107.19.
Before you proceed, I want just to ask the Director of Finance and the Internal Auditor to be alert to help us on this one. So proceed.
The ledger, if you go to Appendix 3, how much are you seeing? And when you also go to the completion certificate, how much will you be seeing? That is number 1. Number 2, the other one, the quicker one, is also number 4. Drilling 30 boreholes. Your completion certificate, how much, how many boreholes? So to tap just to those 2, then they will help us.
Let us start with the Matembe. Number 1, installation of culverts in Matembe, 78,107.19. Let's go to the ledger. Director of Finance. What is the payment? Take us through, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chair. So the ledger is highlighting the expenditure, which was the expenditure that happened in 2025 for the 2024 project. So the ledger is, the total ledger was 104,000. However, 25,000 was spent in 2024. So the 78,000 was spent in 2025. They brought forward figure from the total 104.
Come again?
Yes, Chair. The total ledger or the total contract was 104,000 kwacha. 25,000 kwacha was spent in 2024. So the money we are explaining is a balance brought forward that was spent in 2025 on the bridge, on the culverts.
Chair, how much money was committed onto this project? The money as having committed, that which was not spent.
Chair, it was the same 78,000 because the 25,000 kwacha was paid in 2024. So meaning that the balance was still committed on that project to be spent in the following year.
So 104 was the money for the project. So there's still some money not yet paid?
Chair, the 5,000 was a retention which has since been paid.
Okay. What are the completion certificates saying?
Though it's less, but I would love to get to know the figure on that. How much? Yeah.
Dr. Manza.
On the same one, just to maybe make it a bit clear for you to appreciate your presentation. The unspent funds at 31st December 2024 from page 2 is 4,824,635.
Yes.
Now, you have given a table as to how you accounted for the 4,824,635. What we are seeing is you just did an accountability in terms of mathematics, just arithmetic addition to make sure that the figures add up to 4,824,635. So to make you appreciate this, that you just had to work from the queried amount. So your target was the queried amount, 4,824. So you just spread the figures to be equal to that amount. The explanation is just as the honorable member said, just an example, the installation of culvert at Matembe. You are saying expenditure as at 31st May 2025. The expenditure towards this project, you said you spent 78,107. But when we go to the payment voucher,
let's go to the payment voucher.
Let's go to the payment voucher on Appendix 3. Appendix 3, it is voucher number, not even your ledger, because the ledgers are prepared by yourselves. But this is the payment voucher that you gave to the contractor in terms of the payment. It is number 48, page 48 on Appendix 3. What amount do we see which you paid on 17th January 2025? And compare with what is reported in the table there. Are you there at the voucher, the payment voucher for this Matembe Bridge or culvert?
I haven't given you that.
So this is one example you explained that. Then the second one is the construction of 1x3 classic block at Ambale Primary School. The amount reported is not equal to the payment voucher. Also, project number 9, so item number 9, which is procurement of 436 desks. Your payment vouchers are not coming to 432,000. In fact, you presented your vouchers very well with the ledgers, because you marked yes, you marked to say the payment is explaining towards that unspent funds, because these funds were spent in 2025. So you marked And when you add those, they do not tally with what you have reported. That is why I said your target was to account for 4,822,635.
For the sake of the public that is watching and following us,
yes,
we should be to the detail. Give one example and explain what is not adding up. Dr. Mwanza.
Yeah, project number 1, installation of culverts in Matembe. Then project number...
Explain project number 1.
Yes, project number 1, the contractor was paid 72,499.88. But what Lundazi has reported, they have reported that the contractor was paid 78,107.
Now, what is the implication to the query? Because they say the balance is a retention. Now, if you subtract 72 instead of 78, what will be the percentage of the retention?
Retention would come in, but at this point, we are explaining the unspent funds.
Okay.
So, what was not paid by 31st May is not reflected here because it is accounting for the 4.8 million. So, the question is what the contractor received is not as what is reported here. The contractor received 72,000 and you have reported that the contractor received 78. Then another item is on number 9, procurement of 436 desks. Obviously, these are to various contractors, various suppliers. Now you add whatever amount they received. The suppliers received when we add your payment vouchers, the suppliers received 423,182. But you have reported that the suppliers received 432,048 kwacha. Then, yes, so why is it that what the contractors received through your own payment vouchers is not equal to the to the amount that was disbursed?
Let me simplify it. The issue here, Council Secretary, Director of Finance, when you look at 78,000 kwacha that you have put in the schedule there, it implies that, it is saying that you paid the contractor. What is the balance? The difference from 104 is retention. According to this, now, according to the voucher, what is seen by the actual payments, the payment vouchers, is different from what you have indicated there. Hence, that observation that you just had to come up with figures here, not the actual payments that were made to contractors. What is your comment, CS, or the Director of Finance through the CS?
Chair, so the 72,000 kwacha was paid in January. The 5,000 was retention, which has since been paid. It was paid, Chair. I think we are just missing the payment voucher.
Was it paid after May?
Yes.
So, but here you are reporting that check the title. Expenditure as at...
Your microphone should be on, Doc.
Expenditure as at on page 3. Expenditure as at 31st May. So you are implying that the retention was paid by or before 31st May. Is that the position?
Director of Finance?
It was paid after May.
But look at the narration. Can you read yourself maybe? Look at this. What the Docker said.
The schedule of payments,
Yes.
the unspent funds,
Expenditure, the last column there.
the 78,000.
No, read the title there. On top, the schedule has got columns there. There is a name or the detail. Serial number is 1 up to 11. Are you there?
Yes, Chair.
The other one is name of who?
Name of.
Switch off your mic. Your mic is on? On. Now read after name of project. What is the other column title?
Expenditure as at 31st May 2025, Chair.
So now you are saying that it was paid before. Can you explain that, Director Finance? We are waiting for you. Can you tell us what transpired? Don't switch off the mic. Leave your finger away from there. Explain to us.
Yes, Chair. Chair, I apologize. I think there could have been a mix-up.
What mix-up?
On the
Want to know the mix-up?
On the reporting of the retention, together with this other payment, the 72,000 kwacha.
Director Engineering, at which period did we pay? What is the period that you pay retention? Your mic should be on.
From the completion certificate, we paid after June 2025.
2020?
2025.
So, when is the retention due?
It's due at the end of the defects liability period.
Which period is that?
Which was the 9th. It was 9th June 2025.
I want you to come out. How many months is the contractor eligible to retain the?
In this case, it was after 6 months. It was
this
6
was
months.
The standard?
Yes.
Is this the standard?
Correct.
The standard is 6 months, not 12 months?
For
small projects?
Yes.
Okay. So in this particular case, when was the retention paid?
From the completion certificate, it was paid sometime after 9th June 2025.
Yes.
The treasurer, the DF has just made the work a little bit easier, because the works were being checked in December by internal audit. These works. But when we are following all what you've said, no, the unspent funds were committed and we have utilized them like this. Things are not adding up. Number 4, how many boreholes? To make life easy, the boreholes stated there, they are 30. The boreholes that appear in chair or the completion certificate, they are 22. CS, are you seeing what I'm saying? Eh? Yes. So what should we take? And internal auditor, you went through this? Here, 30 boreholes. The money is committed this. What we have done is this, equals to the 30 boreholes. But the completion certificate is showing 22 boreholes. Chair, that's where we have a problem.
CS, are you seeing what we are bringing out? Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I want to acknowledge the findings by the Honorable Committee. And Chair, I apologize for the mix-up of the figures and also the information in terms of the completion and the time of payment. Chair, I apologize.
Dr. Mfula, you wanted to say something, or Director Engineering?
Yes, Chair. The heading at the time of approval of the projects were intended to do 30 bores. At the time of procurement, we could only do 22 bores. Hence, they changed from 30 to 22.
So now, this is your report. When it was coming out like this is the 30 boreholes were picked by auditors, isn't it?
No.
I wanted to ask, you have just complicated the issue now. Because why I'm saying so is that you intended to do 30 boreholes, but actually the monies which was available, you only did 22. Can we see the contract for the 22 boreholes?
Yes, the contract was also for 22 bores.
Where is it? It's appendix what? You don't even know the appendix yourself. We want to follow you.
Appendix 5, Chair.
Okay, let's go to Appendix 5. It's the first one?
No, Chair.
Spagey?
No, Chair. The contract I'm seeing is for desks. So, Chair, the contract for the boreholes is not blood. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, you just said there will be now complicating the matter even.
It's the former CS, so I wanted to honor his, he was indicating to the Director Engineering. Was the CS now, the current CS said we are sorry. But the former CS wanted to show this committee that no, actually, everything is in order. And we have agreed. Actually, you prepared to, you had planned to do 30 boreholes, you did 22. Show us the 32. So, and we have even marked the figures because we wanted to test. Is it on account of resources, or it was an account of just cancelling? Well, the contract should have told us. And each contract has got sites. We want to know, the people of Lundazi want to know, these 22 boreholes, where were they done? It's not just for this committee. The people are watching and listening. They want to see, oh, that borehole is one of the 30 boreholes. Because if you don't highlight them, people will take advantage and say, this borehole is me who did it, when it is government through the CDF. So would you share with us the 22 boreholes and also the contract for the 22 boreholes? What was the contract price for the 22 boreholes? Director Engineering, what was the contract price for the 22 boreholes or 30 boreholes?
Thank you, Chair. The contract price was 1,727,366.
Slowly, 1 million?
1,727,366.67. That was the contract for the 22 boreholes.
67.
Yes.
Now, initially you had planned to do 30 boreholes at 638. 325.59. But actually, the 22 boreholes, you did them at 1.7 million. How do you reconcile the two? Is it pointing to what the two honorable members indicated area that this schedule you are just trying to balance. It's not speaking to actual. Because in this schedule, on this schedule, you were scheduled to do 30 boreholes, and the amount was 600. It's the amount there. We are just reading your report. Then you come to do 22 at 1.7 million. How do you reconcile the two? Director Engineering.
Yeah, Chair, like I mentioned before, when we, at the time that the CDFC is sitting, we envision to say we'll do 30 bores. At the time of tender, when we did the procurement, it could only cater for 22.
Talk about the figures.
Yes. So for the figures, for the 22 bores.
For the 30, start with the 30.
Okay.
Where did the 600 come from? 638. You envisioned to do 30 bores at 638? Is that what you're telling this committee? Where did it come from?
The 638 is part payment. It's not the contract sum. So the contract sum is 1.7, which comes to about 78 per bore.
No. When you look at that schedule, you see this committee, we have learned a lot. You were breaking down the 4 million. The 4 million, that is here. 4 million only community projects. 4,824,635. And you were telling us that this is how we used it, meaning that all these outlined 11 projects were actually paid in full and executed from the 4 million that you were expected to receive and you received. Now, you are telling this committee that no, that thing for the bore, that amount, was just part payment. So this is where you are entangling yourselves. So we observed this. Because when you test, just a small test, you can tell that you just sat down, started allocating figures. You made a big mistake. Council Secretary?
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, I apologize for the mix-up of figures.
We make progress.
Yes, Chair, thank you very much.
Dr. Mwanza, I want to conclude. Dr. Mwanza.
Yeah, but these are financials, and they have
okay. Can you give us one?
There are very serious implications. Okay, look at the vote for CDF skills development on bursaries, right? On page 2. Page 2? Is it page? No, page 3. You recorded an amount of 1,068,035 kwacha 37 ngwe, having spent on CDF skills development. Page is the same page, 3. Just more problems on
number?
Number 11, item number 11.
Okay.
Yes. So item number 11, which is expenditure on skills and development bursaries. When we look at your vouchers, they don't add up to this amount.
What is the figure there? The public is listening and watching.
Okay, there's a very small difference. The skills development is supposed to be 1,068,705, but they reported 1,068,035.37, which confirms that they were just looking at the queried amount. So you adjust, just take out some numbers so that the expenditure is exact. Even in accounts, actually, when you're doing reporting of the unspent funds, it will not be exact amount. So it went exactly at 4 million.
Because there were bank charges and other things.
Exactly. So there would be some money, and also why post the CDF development, CDF skills on the community projects? Because it has its own expenditure item. I know you can talk about the cash management. So the cash management, the cash policy, which you have even put here as an appendix, You are supposed to put this vote under the CDF skills.
Director of Finance.
So you are explaining the 4.8 million and you are including the monies from CDF skills.
There's no
Why?
retention either on your skills. You need the retention. So why the difference? First, Director of Finance.
Chair, so as the Honorable has put it, that we are using the cash management policy. So the funds that we received in 2025, we were paying for 2024 projects. So even when you see the way we have done the ledgers, because this was not specific to say this is 2024. So it was funded in 2025, and we were getting the, like for the projects, the figures that were certified. Those amounts we are paying in 2025, but against the 2024 projects following the cash management. So this also applies to the development, the skills development bursaries. What we have allocated here is what was not paid for 2024. However, it was paid against the 2025 funding following the cash management policy, but the skills themselves were meant for 2024. So we are bringing out the expenditure for 2024 in 2025 following the cash management policy. So we are just bringing out, because you can pay, the guidance is that you can pay any certified work or any project against any available funds. So, Chair, this is what transpired.
Let's go to page 2 before you come in. Let's go to page 2. No, I just want it because she's the way she's coming out. Now I'm compelled. Are you on page 2 of your report? Appendix 2.1. Can you read Director Finance? What's the title?
Chair, thank you. The title is Appendix 2.1, Total Unspent Funds Community Projects.
So when you read such a title, what were you supposed to do? To account for 4,824,635 meant for community projects. You cannot include bursaries. You just have to pick. We had received in this period 4.8. What we spent, even if it is 1 million, you account only 1 million was spent towards community projects. The other monies, even if this is a cash policy, you take it to the vote for skills. Because this issue here is just community projects. And this is what was picked. You had received 4.8 million. What you had spent on community projects only. But what you were doing is, how do we balance this? You start bringing other issues. And the figures are not tallying. This is what was first observed by Honorable Member for Kaumbwe and Mitete. But she wants to justify, no, because of the cash policy. No. What should have happened if you did a wrong thing? What you should do, what we were telling you is that when it is issue of community projects, how much did you receive? As picked by auditors. Mind you, we are not there in LUNDAZI. We don't know how much you receive on each and every vote. So when you receive community projects, what you do, how did you spend the monies on community projects? Actually, you highlight even the projects. This project, we spent so much, this project we spent so much, this project so much, this is what we spent. The other monies were carried forward or whatever. You talk about community projects. When you go to bursaries, you cannot bring monies spent on community projects to bursaries. Just because at that period there was that policy. No, even if you use that money, if the monies, the vote for community projects, account for community projects. That's why you put yourselves in problems when there are no problems. As we wind up, I'll ask Mutelo, then Dr. Mwanza.
A small one. This small one. you have no specific issues, and you've brought a completion certificate. It's a small one. Is CDF a hoax in Lundazi? Chair, I just want to hear it from them.
As we conclude, first, let me allow Dr. Mwanza, you respond to that.
Okay,
put down your mic, Dr. Mwanza.
Page 6, the project number 4, construction of Chipetuka Zuza Bridge. Delay in the execution of the works by the contractor, and the contractor has been cautioned to expedite completion of the bridge. He is scheduled to complete the works by February 26. I just want to find out, because I'm interested in this contractor called Maseko 7. You have given us a contract. It's on page... the contract for this bridge. It was awarded in May, I think in April, for 3 months, which period the weather was favorable, and the project is now going all the way up to, yes, the project was awarded on 30th of April 2025, and the completion date was supposed to be July 30, 2025. And now here you are saying the action taken is that the project will be completed by February 2026. The project was awarded at a contract sum of 1,294,193.25 kwacha. So, what is the progress on this bridge? Because we are now past February already. This contractor is doing a few works in my constituency, bridges also, and other constituencies. Anyway, we are just talking about Lundazi. But the performance, there are delays. Like from my experience in my constituency, he's never on site, no technical personnel. So, because probably he's overstretched with work. Because I can see it from here, that now the contract is
going to 2026.
Is going to 2026 for a very
direct engineering
crossing point.
Direct
What
engineering.
is your evaluation and your comment over this?
Those who are involved in the evaluation process, Maseko 7 as a contractor, Dr. Mwanza has expressed concern because in his constituency in Kaumbwe, Maseko 7 as a contractor, he is failing. Now this was given in 2024, when particularly, to be specific, 2025. 30th April 2025. Just construction of a bridge. Up to now, this is 2026. This bridge has not been completed. It's one of the outstanding there. 11 months after the expected completion period, or into another year, or maybe after completion, or expected date of completion to be specific. Maseko 7 was supposed to construct a health center, a health facility at Kapekesa. We come from Lundazi. That health facility was given to Maseko 7. He failed, abandoned it, terminated. 2 days ago, if not yesterday, there's a council in Southern Province. Is it Southern? Yes. Which council is that? Is it Sinazongwe or no? The same Maseko 7? Yeah, it should be Sinazongwe. Wherever Maseko 7 has gone, the works are not done on time. Now, those of you direct engineering want to learn from you in terms of evaluation or due diligence. What did you do? Because if you look at these outstanding projects, This particular project is still pending. You have floods in Lundazi, Rumezi, and Chasefu. How are the people crossing when this was given in 2025 April? What is your explanation on Maseko 7, this particular crossing point called Chipetukazuza Bridge? Director.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. I think like the honorable members we observed, I think we had also had a lot of challenges with the contractor. Even from the appendices here, there are a lot of correspondences. Warning letters on delayed completion. Yeah. Giving him extension of time with conditions. So there are a lot of warning letters that we have written to the contractor over the expediting of the works. So it has been a big challenge.
Why haven't you terminated?
Yes.
So that the people can have a crossing point?
Yes. At the time that, before the floods came, he was almost completing with the embankments. The culverts themselves, the portal frames themselves are standing, but what has been washed away now is the embankments, which he was about to complete, which he didn't complete. So it's not yet, yes, it's not passable as at now. And we have refused to pay him. We said we only pay once he gets back and redo the embankments.
This is the experience this committee has. And we don't know Maseko 7, but I'm telling you, when you go to Kapekesa, that health facility, the beautiful one, was started by Maseko 7. Problems. The council struggled, he couldn't come on site, you will never see him, he sends people who are not competent. If you look at the area pictures at Kapekesa, we had to get Zambezia to come and finish up that project. Now I thought that is a one-off issue. But where I sit here, you read the council has problems with the same contractor. And Kaumbwe has come out, same problem. Abandoned site, work's not done. So this is the issue. Now, you people who are involved, CS and your team, other planners and everyone, you should even be taking interest. These contractors that are coming, because the idea of CDF is that you should come up with a very good product at the minimum cost and completed within the shortest period of time. Now, if you look at the period, this bridge, it has ended up being washed away. The embankments are washed away, and the cost now to the council and to him, he would want a variation. Our advice where we are sitting, let us be prudent with these resources. It's better if you have engaged him, he's not doing anything, terminate the contract, get another contractor, do a revaluation, and get another contractor. For the purpose of the people of Lundazi, in that Chipetuka Zuza crossing point. So some of the contractors who are not helping the country should not be allowed. For me, I've said it, as long as, until maybe I leave, as long as an MP, such contractors, I've told them, even you ask Engineer Wali, I will tell you, we even blacklisted him. From Joseph, he cannot. Whether you procurement, you connive with him, or, sorry for a lack of a better word, you engage him, that one will not happen in Joseph, because we want the people of Joseph to see the value. The people of Lundazi, the people of Mitete, have contractors who can do the works, then the people see the benefit. That's the idea. With that said, I would like to thank you, CS, for your appearance. That other question, I said, is CDF a hoax in Lundazi?
Thank you, Chair. It is not. Looking at the number of projects and the enhancement it has done to the community, it is not a hoax. Starting from schools, going to the crossing points, looking at the representation of the people at the local level, even the office of the MP has been constructed there. And
a beautiful one.
A lot of areas done. It can't be mentioned in that state. If you look at from 2022 to date, this would be one of the projects, just maybe one in those which are already implemented. It's doing fine. If you go down there, you find that it has done very well.
So CDF was really
it has really enhanced the lives of people.
We want to thank you, Dr. Fuller. And for us who are sitting here as a chairperson, this is the first ever best report for Lundazi. As the Honorable Mutero said, if you look at this report, you have been here, Dr. Fuller, before Mwanza came to Lundazi. We want to congratulate you, Lundazi. This is a very good report. We are just looking at cross-cutting issues. No specific audit findings, no issues there. So when you look at this report, it is an indicator that really you have been working as a council. You started very badly from 2022, but look at the improvement. Now people are able to see. This report indicates that the people of Lundazi have seen the value of CDF. I want to be sincere, my memory is correct, and the Honorable Mutero has been here, Dr. Mwanza, Ndundumwezi MP. We have seen this is the first time. And I want to thank you, Dr. Mfula, wherever you have gone, keep this spirit. Mr. Mwanza, you have come to Lundazi, enhance and pick it up from what Dr. Mfula has done. All of you directors, do your best. Director of Finance, don't fear to highlight the truth. Don't just do additions to add. We are very particular. And we have been told that we have got X-ray eyes. We perforate, we go through even areas that you may not understand, and we're able to pick quickly. So, Lundazi, thank you very much. Director Engineering, any contractor who is failing you, you have done your engagements. Please take the next step. We want the people to see the value of the enhanced CDF. As already mentioned by the outgoing CS, the people of Lundazi are able to say, yes, this is what CDF is doing in Lundazi. And we are grateful for that comment. Everywhere. It's not only Lundazi, it's everywhere. If CDF is failing, it's us politicians who are failing and talking about things which are not there. But what is happening on the ground, CDF is a game changer. If you look at the beautiful office built, parliamentary office in Lundazi, those who have not been there, it's a beautiful one. You go all over, after Mchereka, there's a school there. Is it, what school is it? There was a project you are doing, before Mchereka or after Mchereka? Nyaluanga. Nyaluanga, there was a project, isn't it? I passed through there. A beautiful, it is completed. So all over Lundazi, all over Chasefu, all over Lumezi, we have seen change. And as a committee, we are very happy, especially that our oversight has brought improvement in the administration of CDF. Apart from those few areas, I want to congratulate you once more. Keep it up. You have done very well. You have done very well. You have no specific audit findings, and keep the momentum. With those words, I would like to withdraw the immunity that was earlier given on to you. We wish you well as you go back to Box 1 Kanere, and as Dr. Mfula, you're taking up your new position there, we wish you all the best. Replicate what you have done in Lundazi. The immunity is withdrawn. From now on, you are on your own. Wish you the best. You deserve a handshake, Lundazi. Mutero, come and shake the Director of Finance.
Town Council, that's Lundazi Town Council, making an appearance before the Committee on Local Government Accounts. The committee impressed with the report that has been presented before them. And so the Committee on Local Government Accounts is considering the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. Earlier on in the morning, we had Lumezi Town Council making an appearance before the committee, and it was then followed by Lundazi Town Council. In the afternoon, we have two more councils that will be appearing before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, so you can join us for more. Just about now, we take our lunch break, and we'll be back after 14:30. Good afternoon.